Let's see what's up. There's anything going on. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. How are y'all doing? Oh, finally it's working. Oh man, I'm gonna get out of here. I think the stream's working now. How about chat? Oh wow, it's that simple. I don't know how I'm gonna get this to work though. Y'all would rather have full screen anyway, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know. It's gonna work. But yeah, so I'm basically just gonna be playing Arsenal for a lot of it. I think I might play some other games. I don't know. If y'all are interested in classic Roblox games, I've been trying this one called crap. I forgot what it's called. Crossroads. Yeah, that game's pretty good. I was looking at old games on Roblox because I need to play the history to get the more. Because no cap, I'm not even gonna lie with you, Arsenal got kind of boring, but I'm still playing. Hopefully, there's no hackers or anything up and about in this game. At least I hope not. Oh boy, why can't I hear anything? Oh, now I can. Anyway, anyhow, let's see how we can do with this game right here. Particle effects. Mm, particle effects. My life's been going kind of. I don't know. I don't know anymore. My life's always been kind of up and down. I sure will. Let's see what's up. Can't believe it doesn't even show you the avatar, just streamer mode. Yikes, man. Yikes, my aim's gotten pretty bad. Haven't hopped on this game in a hot minute. On PC, I think I play better on a controller now, which is kind of insane because controller is worse every freaking step of the way. Worse aiming, worse. Oh, I might get something. Wow. Wow. That was really embarrassing. That'll never happen again, guys. Promise. I know games like Brookhaven exist and all that crap. If y'all want me to play Garden Warfare, maybe some Garden Warfare 2 again, try to make those games big again, I'll see what I can do. Not even gonna lie. All I wanted was to be successful, but I guess I'll never be, and that's okay. A lot of people on this platform quit for reasons. A lot of people move on with their lives, and I'm just trying to figure out if I can make streaming work again. Because honestly, it kind of worked from the looks of it. I mean, I had a lot of subscribers compared to most people, you, but it's just not. Maybe my skill set is not even. It's because I think Arsenal probably also has skill-based matchmaking in it now, which just makes it even harder. Like, I play games like COD where it's really bad, and I mean, don't lie, in COD every once in a while, I love it when you legit just, like, everyone just straight up starts, like, you're actually good for once. Oh boy. I don't really like getting the kills where it, like, doesn't really count. The ones where it's, like, the teammates helping you. You see, you get that a lot in this game. I always get dead upon shot registering, which is just so dumb. In COD, I barely get any of that happening, like whatsoever. I did do a lot of things though to improve my networking and stuff, so my streams will no longer lag like usual, or and with like new features into the YouTube codec as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff has changed. Apparently, you can just sign into YouTube on OBS and straight up start streaming like that easily, like that. It's kind of actually insane, but I didn't do that. I still did it the old-fashioned way with the stream key, which I know is kind of insecure. I mean, it really, really freaking is, because um, I mean, YouTube accounts can also get hacked, and I mean that just happens. It happened to LTT. It happened to Nathaniel Bandy, if y'all know that guy, because I used to watch a bunch of videos on Nintendo games and stuff. So yeah, Nathaniel B. He was a meme for a bit, and then he stopped being a meme, and hate you, Nathaniel B. type crap content. But anyway, the type of shows I've been watching lately, I've been watching a lot of um, what's it called? A lot of Star versus the Forces of Evil. Generally, just all the Disney cartoons because they're all really good. I watched that show all the way through, surprisingly, like faster than Amphibia. I'm still not even done with Amphibia, and that show is shorter, by the way. That show is genuinely shorter, like one season shorter. And yeah, Star vs. the Forces of Evil was amazing, and then it just fell apart like immediately. It's like the ship or the drawing got worse or whatever. Genuinely, I think it's spoiling if y'all would watch it. I mean, it's 10 years old. Y'all should have been knowing like what happens in it. But long story short, it just got bad. Season 4 episodes were some of my least favorite. It, surprisingly enough, the show doesn't get as bad as Family Guy or The Simpsons, but it does. Actually, never mind. The Simpsons is only bad because most of the new episodes are just really, really freaking boring. And I think Star Versus also kind of has that problem as well. At a certain point, they legit just start throwing anything at the wall, trying to make it seem good, and then it just turns out to be absolute utter garbage. And I think half the reason it's so bad too is because the ending was awful, and everyone knows what happens in the ending. I don't even need to tell y'all. And yikes, man. I don't know why they kept the human world and Muni together. That was really dumb. All because like they wanted to get the shipping quota out of the way. Like they had to be together. Like Star and Marco just had to be together. But just the way it was executed was just horrendous. Loved how they made the thing seem like it was such a good idea, but no, it wasn't. It was horrible. And that's basically it. Like I've been obsessed with Star vs. the Force of Evil for a while. At least until I actually finished the show and realized how legitimately actually predict the PS5 Pro, because it actually did end up coming out. And I did not buy it because why would I? I already have a PS5 and I'm not even using it right now, so it's even less of a reason to buy it. And the PS5 Pro, I like how it looks. I just don't like its price tag, and I don't like anything else about it. It is genuinely one of the saddest attempts I think Sony made this time out of a pro console. Because at least with PS4 Pro, you had 4K, even if it wasn't actual 4K, even if it was just upscale 1080p, like, who cares? It was still 4K, kinda. And, a lot of games ran below that res anyway, but, don't even tell the Sony people, like, people who love the shit out of PlayStation, like, how, that is taken into consideration. But, the PS5 Pro did end up coming out. I legit forgot when though. I think it's almost a year old at this point, a year ago, which is kind of hilarious. It did come out in 2024, I think. And yeah, I kind of did predict the crappy price tag for it, and I did kind of predict like kind of how useless it would be. And even now, it is actually hilarious how I kind of I mean, I don't know how many people saw this coming, but I did, and I knew that this Pro console wouldn't be anything special at all unless they somehow completely overhauled it, gave it GDDR7 memory, or like, you know, did anything insane with it. But of course they didn't. It doesn't come with a disk drive for $700. I think it should have came with a disk drive at least. I'm just saying because I am saying it, and it's the truth. A lot a lot of people think that disk drives cost money. No, they don't. And because they're not even that expensive. I mean, the dumb Dell pre-builts that Best Buy and all those other places sell still come with disk drives. Sure, they're not Blu-ray drives or whatever, but they still sell them. And like for not that much money either, you can buy a cheap Dell pre-built with a disk drive in it. Like you'll need the top of the line model. Because let's be real, people don't use optical drives anymore. I'm like one of the last people who actually genuinely use them. I watch movies on them. I do stuff, I listen to music sometimes. I sometimes burn CDs still, which is honestly pretty fun because I don't like paying for Spotify. But it's honestly just fun making mixtapes anyway. But mixed CDs, I guess. But yeah, I still kind of use my mechanical drives. Like it's kind of funny because when I think one of my cousins saw my drive. Thing is, on PC, no one uses physical media, and people are okay with that. Like people are fine on Steam with no physical media, but like on console, it seems like everyone is just batshit insane. Like I want my disc, I want my disc. But essentially, your disc is just a DRM thing. And let's be real, I don't think GTA 6, and I'll talk about GTA 6 later, is gonna even come on the disc. There are already games like Doom, the new Doom that came out, that's not even on the disc. We gotta download it first through the internet, which is kind of insane. It's like something a lot of devs are doing now. I don't even think you can play the game single player offline anymore. Like the original Doom 2016 or what's the other one? Eternal, yeah, Eternal. Yeah, I remember. So you have to be connected online and you have to download the game online, which is super dumb. Why even have a disc at that point? It's just a waste of freaking plastic. It's just a coaster. It's just a little frisbee you can throw around, which is so freaking dumb. I don't think it was smart of them. I don't think it was smart of id, Microsoft, or whoever's decision it was to do that. That is legitimately just wasting manufacturers' resources. Why even make a physical copy if you're gonna have to download the game anyway? And you're wasting a disc too because, I mean, I think the 4K Blu-rays are like 50 gigabytes. So generally speaking, nothing on the disc is it's just astonishing at this point. Why even make a disc? It might as well be like Steam. Be like on PC. Now, I hear the argument that on Steam, like you can switch your store provider. Yeah, that's very true. I do think that's a little more fair, but it still doesn't matter when games a lot of the time still have DRM on them and still have a lot of stuff that prevent you from like doing anything. They have to be connected to servers, most of them. Like Steam is the worst with DRM, but some games on Steam like it's not required. So like some games on Steam you can just share with your friends and stuff, which is pretty neat. But a lot of the Steam crap is basically you got DRM, and you better hope Steam server or Valve doesn't die someday, which I don't think they will. Valve genuinely probably will outlive us all. Like even Gabe Newell himself, will probably outlive everything that's going to happen in the future. Because Valve already has such a huge monopoly on the PC store. Like ever since 2003 or whenever they started, they really hit it big, and especially with their digital storefront. That was such a revolutionary feature because back then you actually had to get games off discs, and that was kind of annoying. Or like some sites that would host it for free, I guess, and you would like hope it wasn't a virus, that type of stuff. Like Steam basically was the haven for you know games in general because not only would Valve's games like Counter Strike and like Half Life 2 and Portal, all those amazing games would be on Steam, but you would have just the entire AAA industry going in on Steam and doing all the things with Steam and doing all that awesome stuff on the store with the chats, with the everything, with the dumb achievements they give you to the thing is that so many other companies have made competitors, Epic Games, a lot of these other, you know, and the stores genuinely suck. Like I don't like Epic Games, but I still have it because the thing is, at least they have free games. They've had some pretty good ones. Like they had the whole Bioshock trilogy for free, which is kind of neat. They have the whole. They had Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga for May the 4th. They also had that shitty Dead Island 2 game that took like forever to develop. A lot of people say it's good, a lot of people say it's not, but I wouldn't know because, I saw most critical play it, and that's kind of where I got my opinion from, like on that game, that it just took forever to come out, and who knows, it probably wasn't even that good. It's like Duke Nukem Forever, except like DNF just sucked to begin with and was going to suck because they always tried chasing after the trends for Duke Nukem, which I feel pretty bad for. And I'm the one who likes Duke Nukem. I like his how I really do. I'll never miss Duke Nukem. I will miss. The fact there hasn't been a new game in forever shows you just how nuked Duke got. Unfortunately. Finally. I finally figured that out. Yikes. Anyway, PS5 Pro, not worth it. The same graphics as regular PS5, which is just as embarrassing as it is. That's kind of what I was expecting too. I wasn't expecting a huge dramatic increase in graphical fidelity. It wasn't going to be like the jump from N64 to GameCube or the jump from PS1 to PS2. Unfortunately, we weren't going to get that. The only thing it has going for it is slightly better performance, but what's even funnier is that some games actually perform worse on the Pro, which is just even funnier to think about because you spent all this time making a dumb Pro that like doesn't have any features, doesn't really have anything, and you waste all this time on hardware that doesn't even sell that well anymore anyway. Because PS5 is still a crap ton of money. Like they haven't. It's been like what 5 years since it came out, and there still has not been a huge discount on it. Which is just showing you that Sony is basically cooked. Comes to this, the fact their crappy PS5 Pro is still like a lot of money is just hilarious. Don't even get me started on the fact they're releasing their games on PC anyway, and now there's even less reasons to get a console. And console manufacturers don't really have a reason to continue. Like, I guess Sony wanted to make extra money by porting stuff to PC. That's why they ported Spider-Man Remastered. That's why they ported the Miles Morales, and now even 2, which you know, I bought on PS5 when I could have bought it on PC. And PC, PC gamers are cheap as hell. I know how they are. They wait for like the steepest of discounts on the Steam store. And that's legitimately how Valve kind of makes their whole money. Because Sony and Microsoft can price them whatever they want because it's their platform. But Steam, they gotta be competitive with some other stores, and they don't even have to pay that much either when it comes to everything else. So they can afford to steeply discount games. Now, now I'm probably gonna buy GTA 6 because that GTA 6 looks amazing. I hope they bring back the chainsaw. I hope they bring back the gank mechanic. I wanted them to add more playable characters. A lot of people say that having more playable characters didn't make the game feel all that like as good as it could have been. But I think if they just took a little more time with the character switching mechanic and actually like improve the story with it compared to compared to 5, because five's problem I think was I mean the game was buggy, which is not a huge deal. A lot of the GTA games were buggy. Believe me. San Andreas, Vice City, all of them were really buggy, but five just thing is I liked five stories. I like having three playable characters, but I think the biggest issue the game had was genuinely like actually distinguishing them was not making them distinct and from one another was like something I think Rockstar kind of struggled with because to be fair, I think they did kind of all feel the same and they were all different though. Like I get it, Trevor was like the crazy one, you know. Franklin was the frick, the rookie that you train up, that you're playing as the rookie, and Michael was in basically the veteran of like the entire. He worked with Trevor, so they both got experience, and they both, you know, are both crime lords, you know. But at the end of the day, they still didn't feel that distinctive from one another. Not even their little pseudo superpowers could, their abilities, I mean, really gave them a unique sense of anything. Michael had the little dumb slow mo thing, which I guess was based off his love for movies. Um, Trevor had his rage mechanic, which was honestly the coolest one, where like the camera slows down again, so not that creative, but like you took less damage when getting shot, and whenever you shot people, usually only be like what two shots, you know. So you did like extra damage, which was pretty neat. And Franklin's one was just a zone ability from Midnight Club. I don't know how I gotta tell y'all this, but that's all it was. It was just a zone ability from Midnight Club 3 and LA. It was legitimately just the same mechanic. And Franklin's ability was basically useless outside of a car, and it didn't even work outside of a car either. And so you get used to like Franklin's ability, then you switch to Michael and stuff, and then you start hitting stuff, and that's kind of what I'm saying too. Most of GTA 5's map was just kind of anyway, poorly designed. It's just a polygonal wasteland, which is kind of a shame. A lot of the map is not used at all. But it makes sense because it was kind of rushed apparently, and it was on 7th gen hardware on PS3 and 360. I think a lot of people forget that, you know, it spent so much time being on PS4 and stuff we thought it was a current gen game, which is just not the case. Then out of nowhere, Rockstar decided to release the upteenth port of GTA 5 on PC, but this time it was the enhanced version. The the enhanced version of the game that would basically be the PS5 and Series X port with ray tracing and stuff. And the ray tracing didn't add anything. The explosions are better, but I mean a lot of the lighting effects and stuff are just gimmicks to see if people really wanted them. And I know people wanted them because there was people on PC already like, why is there no ray tracing in this version? It should have been ray tracing, well, because the port was already released like 10 years ago. And there's so many people just saying stuff, all the time, all the freaking time. Man. But GTA 6, honestly, I'm done talking about 5. 6 looks amazing, but I was really expecting them to add another playable character. I wanted another black guy to play as, to be honest, and like that had the features of CJ from San Andreas as well. Could have had the gang up activity again, where you could attack other games for land, I mean territory or whatever. You could have added that back, like the AIs that would like help you shoot up the gang stuff. Like you could have added that back into GTA 6, I think. I mean, sure, I don't think there's any gangs in Miami, but you could have done anything fictional. I don't really. I, mean, I guess gang activity as a thing is just not real anymore. I mean, it is, but I guess it wasn't as prominent as the era where GTA San Andreas takes place. So I think that's probably why they don't do it. As I was saying though, yeah, I guess that's why they don't do it. I want them to bring back the chainsaw, but a lot of people would say it'd probably be like broken in stealth missions, but just make it like not make any noise and then you're good. And I guess it also doesn't make sense that it would be in your inventory, but I mean, they made it make sense for San Andreas and Vice City because I think those were like the two games that had the chainsaw. I don't know if three had it, but yeah, bring the chainsaw back. It would be pretty nice to have a weapon that doesn't use up ammo. It will probably be way more useful than the gas canister anyway from GTA 5, which it's honestly one I don't really want them to bring back because it's just such a useless item. Like, sure, it's a cool spectacle. I mean, you can kill people pretty creatively with a gas canister, but I mean, it takes so long to use. You fire at the ground, try to make the fire spread, and then it's just kind of like, eh. Even though I don't think it's realistic either. Like, if you shoot a gun at gasoline, I don't think it's gonna explode. I mean, catch on fire. I mean, maybe if you had like an electrical current around it and you gave it enough volts, it probably would. But man, and I'm not even talking about GTA being realistic. I don't even care. A lot of people think GTA 6 will be the most realistic, but like, come on, who wants to play a life simulator? Who wants to file taxes or most of us just play GTA because we want to run over people and shoot people and like steal stuff. Like, and I've been seeing stuff about Andrew Tate and the Top G or whatever these alpha male sort of Top G figures or whatever talking about how GTA 6 is. I play GTA 6 in real life. No, you don't. I don't. I mean, maybe Andrew Tate does play GTA 6. I mean, if his child trafficking thing allegations are true, which they probably are. I mean, how else would you be rich? You know, I mean, he probably isn't. He probably just makes the shit up. But I mean, he has Bugatti, so how would I know? But yeah, all this, legitimately, Andrew Tate is kind of hypocritical. I mean, you know, I don't think he's killed anyone, but who would know? He doesn't say anything, which is kind of, I guess, the whole point is not to get caught. But like, wasn't he in a Romanian prison for like years and years? I wouldn't know, man. Yeah, he's still making fun of people for wanting to play GTA 6, which is just, he says he don't do video games, like, at all, because video games do nothing, or are useless to society, even though they connect a lot of the community. Gaming itself is a community. And I think Tate himself keeps talking about how all this shit is by yourself or whatever. Has no sense for community. So I see why he would say dumb crap like this. An iconic quote from him is like the no movies one. It's just hilarious. No movies. Ugh. Next time your girlfriend says, "Let's go movies," no, no movies. It's so cringe because I mean, isn't she enjoying the fruits of your labor? You know, by you buying the fucking ticket. I don't get it, man. You work for that money, right? Like, I don't get it. I don't get tape. To be fair, I kind of do, because I mean, he's making money off these dudes that just want to make their lives better or like feel like they're stuck in a loop, like that. What's that movie called? I forgot, but like, you know, it was a movie. I think it was made by Mike Judge, the guy who made like King of the Hill and stuff. They made a movie being stuck in like this, like we were too born too late to explore the Earth, but we were born too soon to explore space or whatever. I don't even. No cap. I don't think space exploration is really something that's in the books right now, considering that they just defunded NASA. So yeah, I don't think it's coming. Bro, what happened to my shooting? I used to be good. Maybe I'm better at controller. I wouldn't know. But what I would know is I just realized GTA 6 looks amazing. Lucia and Jason. I honestly don't. Kind of hurts my soul because I thought. Because I feel like in order for the game to work, I want a single man to be playable, you know? Again, that fourth character slot could have been anything if they wanted to add more than three characters. I really do think the character switching mechanic could have been done better in 5 because 5 has flaws. It's a flawed game. Every game has flaws, but I think genuinely it could have made it far more interesting. Quadruple character selection, bro. Quadruple playable characters, man. Could have done so much with it, man. But since GTA 6 is just going to be the Bonnie and Clyde type of relationship, I guess they ain't gonna do nothing with it, man. They're just gonna home in on those two playable characters, and those will be the only two ones, bro. Anyway, Florida is a fun map to go around because I've been there like twice, maybe even three times now that I think about it. So being able to finally drive through Florida without having to drive 8 hours to it is honestly pretty neat. You know, because Florida's a mess, but it's gonna be fun as hell to play in GTA. That's for sure. They got all the crap. Oh, the crap's gonna be so sweet. It's gonna be amazing. That game looks really hype, and they finally gave us an actual release date, May 26, 2026. They delayed it, but by only 1 year, which is very impressive. And no cap, I'm excited. This is the only game I'm excited for. There's nothing else that's gonna come out that I think anyone else. I know a lot of people like to be above and say they're not excited, and they don't give a fuck about GTA. But GTA is a staple. It's always been, and you know, sure, maybe not since the first one, because in 1997, no one knew about GTA. I mean, I would have probably been one of the few people actually playing that game. I would have been an early adopter because no matter the generation, it was always just fun running over people or doing the dumb missions and stealing stuff. You know, all of that stuff is just what we want, man. And and if y'all don't know what GTA from 1997 looks like, it's a legit top down, bro. Like honestly, it's kind of annoying to play because the camera doesn't even orient to the front, but to above the screen, so you can see what's up ahead. But yeah, GTA is one of those franchises I don't think will ever die, and only got more successful the older it got and the more technology advanced. GTA 6 apparently going to cost 2 billion to make, which is just an insane number. GTA 5 only took like 200 mil, I think, to make. So like a quarter, not even a quarter. It's only a quarter like billion. So you have so much money on the table for this game not to be good and not to be finished hopefully in the next year in 2026. I kind of was actually really expecting it to come out in 2025 though, because that release date was just. But they didn't give us a proper date, and now they give us a proper date, and we'll see if that's actually true. I think it will be true. I do find it kind of fucked. Rockstar didn't even give us like a H like a crap. I'm trying to remember. Didn't really give us like any mainline titles during the PS4 and Xbox One era. They didn't give us anything. There wasn't like no San Andreas type game, no Vice City type game either. That would like, you know, we could have made it take place anywhere, like anywhere small, even like it wouldn't have mattered because it would still have been like a crap ton of content to make, a crap ton of game to play too. I think people would have genuinely been mad though if it didn't have an online functionality. Most people would have genuinely moved on from five at that point, but it's insane there was no like mid game. Like on PS2 you had three games. Most people consider them mainline. Like even if San Andreas and Vice City are technically prequels, you know, people still consider them mainline games in the story. They have characters that are referenced in future games and stuff. So it's same with GTA 4. There was no ports. There was no mobile remake, which was odd. They had a mobile remake for freaking 3 and Vice City when those games turned 10 years old. And now GTA 4 about to be like 20 soon. So it's like, what in the world, dude? Could have made the port in 2018. Would have made extra money. I think Rockstar genuinely is just allergic to money. I get the Euphoria engine and all that crap, but it ran on Windows Vista hardware. It ran on freaking Xbox 360 and PS3. Like, what do you mean you can't? Like, with the way phones got more powerful and stuff, I don't think it would have been an issue. I genuinely don't think so. And yeah, Lucia, I don't know why people are so mad. Some guys are just so mad that they gotta play as a woman in a GTA game. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, bruh. Playing as a woman in any game is honestly kind of cool. I mean, I played Shantae. I've never tried Tomb Raider, but yeah, like those games are fun. So like, why would anything be different? Even then, considering that the GTA protags are all people anyway, it would be the fucking same. I don't think they're gonna bring back the brass knuckles from San Andreas, so that item was kind of useless anyway. It would be pretty funny if they had the dildo back, just cause. I think it's already an item in GTA. It's already a weapon in online, but just having it in the vanilla game would be pretty hilarious. The Miami landmarks though are definitely gonna look way better. I'm actually gonna recognize more crap from Florida and GTA 6 because, as I said, I've been there like 3 times, and I know what Florida looks like. I don't know it as well as where I live, but it's just it's Florida, man. Like it's like the next door neighbor to where I live. It's just gonna be insane. It's gonna be so fucking insane, bro. Like, I'm gonna sink so many hours into GTA 6, and what's funny is my friend and one of my friends from middle school have been talking about this shit even before PS5 was truly out, and that thing took forever to come out. Like I think 2018 was the it was 2018 when we was talking about GTA 6 and PS5. Just to see that both those things actually happen is just so freaking cool. Except PS5 is less cool because there's legit no reason to get it anymore. Buy every game on Steam now. I mean, it's still gonna be expensive because it's Sony anyway. They just want the bucks out of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and stuff. But yeah, what's funny is Sony's been making like PlayStation Network like mandatory, which is just kind of dumb. But that's just how it is, I guess. Oh my gosh. Did a punch shot registering, bro? I shot you like so many times. What the ball? What is bro playing with, bro? How's he get? It's so hard for me to get a kill with any of the revolvers. And I'm not even lying with you, it is. Hmm. What was that? Graphics in GTA 6 look amazing. And I love how so many people say, we have to go back to 5 with these shitty graphics. But, like, dude, remember PS3 and 360 game. That's why it looks the way it does. That's why even Rockstar, I think, could actually genuinely make the game look way better, but they just don't feel like it. They don't feel like adding higher res textures or doing anything to 5, not even touching it. You know, with the enhanced port with ray tracing and stuff, it's just a port of the ray tracing features and the performance boosts that you get with like RTX and stuff with the new gen RTX cards. By the way, I will be talking about it as well. Let's talk about PC gaming for a sec. If y'all aren't interested, then well, whatever. Gaming in general is what I like anyway. And if y'all are console players, I'm not gonna care. No cap, because my PC isn't even that good, and it's better than PS4. But you know, whatever. Anything is. So let's talk about the RTX 50 series. How big of a mess that was, because that wasn't out when I made the PS5 Pro video. 50 series is a mess. I'm just gonna say it flat out. The NVIDIA power connector is so horrible. It is so bad. It's burning up on people. It's melting on people, which is hilarious to me. So much juice goes through just one wire. I don't know why NVIDIA didn't just use 8 pins, 3 8 pins. That would have been a way better solution and probably could have supplied way more power. And hell, even just make a thicker connector. Like, your thin ass like wires that you want to use for your NVIDIA power connector is just so ridiculous. You have the audacity to do all of this crap, and 50 series is just a waste of money. But at the same time, I like Nvidia. I love Nvidia, but they aren't pro gamer anymore. They just want to please their stockholders, which like fine, but you can make. Just like Linus said on one of his podcasts, Linus Tech Tips, I think, said like, why not just make GeForce a different thing and please the stockholders with a different thing? You could still make the graphics cards, just make them like entirely different and please the gamers who actually need money to live. Because if you buy all these graphics cards and stuff, it's gonna set you back a shit ton of money. Because they never really went down in price. Then the 40 series is still up. It's still nearly $1,000. Even 30 series, which is pretty weak now, surprisingly enough, I can call 30 series weak now, which is kind of sad because I remember when the 3090 was out. I remember when that was the most expensive card because 40 series wasn't even out yet. But even I like knew like shit was just too expensive. I think even back then I knew like things weren't gonna be because 3090s went up for $1,000 and they're still super expensive and you're never gonna like unless you get like a 3060 or something, but you're never gonna find the cheap RTX card anymore. Like unless you get 20 series, which by this point is super ancient. Like with the first version of RTX that legitimately uh, uh no game supported and legitimately even when they did support RTX, the performance on 20 series was just so the performance on 20 series was just so lackluster when it came to the ray tracing, and I don't even think DLSS was a feature yet. So you had like a lot of crap to improve. Then 30 series came out, and then you could actually ray trace some more, like actually for real, but only on the 90 series and 80 series card. Then you have 40 series, which could actually do ray tracing far better, but only with the 90s, because of course with the 60s and 70s and the 80s is just kind of all over the place. 50 series I think only came out because when it came out, and the whole line is just so dumb anyway. LTT didn't even bother reviewing the 60 cards because they're probably mostly the same. They're not that much more powerful, and yet they still cost the same as the old ones. So what is the point anyway? I guess the good thing about the 60 class cards is that no one's gonna scalp them, but cards always sell out on launch anyway. You're never gonna find anything. You'll never find anything. I remember when the 5090 came out and Micro Center site broke because I guess it couldn't handle that many people trying to get a 5090 card, and that's kind of funny. Just wanted to point that out. I don't think Sony's site ever went down for PS5 Pro because no one wanted it. Except I probably know some people who might have wanted it, but the fact you still have to install the disk drive is just hilarious to me. You have to install. You gotta buy it separately, like freaking why? All of Sony's consoles since the original PlayStation fucking 1 came with a disk drive. That was one of its cutting edge features. That was half the reason it succeeded was because of its CD-ROM drive. Because that space, you could put a bunch of content on a CD. You could put music, you could put PNGs, you could put anything. Sure, it took a while to load everything. It's just how things worked back then. Even then, one of the best things about console gaming is that you never had to install anything. On PC, you always had to install stuff. You always had to install games onto the hard drive. Which, like, if you didn't know what you were doing, you could fuck up. But, like, I'm pretty sure most people who knew how to use PCs back then knew how to install programs. It was basically the same thing. Your wizards, your launchers, whatever. Your installers, yeah. Oh, like, I tried just to play Doom and, like, some other really fun stuff like Pod and, some PC exclusive stuff that didn't really even came in the console either. Unreal Tournament, sure, it was on PS2, but it was on PC first anyway. Quake 3 as well. The same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Quake 3 was on Dreamcast, but whatever. Anyone who played these sports could never really even play online anyway, which is just kind of a shame because why? Gamers must wash their hands. Yo, you can dive yourself into sink water. Oh man, it's just a whole mess. Gaming itself and PC gaming in general, getting into anything is just horrible now. I know some people still use their old ass 360s and PS3s, and for those who do, yeah, great. Because honestly, those consoles, retro consoles in general, give you better deals anyway. You get the content forever. You can back it up on a computer anyway. You get like free McBoot on the PS2 and load games off the hard drives. It really is a night and day thing. Modern consoles with having to be connected online, basically being glorified PCs as well, because let's be real here. Consoles really are just PC wannabes, except just not as powerful, and you gotta wait every 8 years for the upgrade. And I understand that, like, a lot of people, if you get the high end stuff, you keep it for longer, and of course you do, because, technology doesn't improve as much as it used to, unfortunately. I really want a 5090, but it's $2,000 freaking dollars. $2,000 freaking dollars. Nothing is affordable anymore. Like, even 60 class GPUs from like 10 years ago, like the 760, I think, was really good. The 1080 was amazing. 1080 Ti was so freaking. And that card for many people lasted like 10 years, possibly even more. No one needed more powerful stuff then. No one, because that thing was the most powerful. That thing lasted for. Sure, it had no ray tracing, but RTX wasn't even a thing yet. What's funny is people have been saying these cards could do like 4K, 8K, and I guess they could, but you know what they couldn't do? You know what they could do that no other card from the future could ever do? actually be a good card and a good deal. I think the 1080 was like what, $500? It wasn't that expensive. It was just how he surprises things. He surprises things well. And then all this crap just ended up, and then Nvidia likes torturing his employees. Jensen Huang would rather torture people into success, which is kind of funny. Taken out of context, it really does sound like he's beating the crap out of people, which is hilarious. But ah, I don't know. It's hilarious. So I do think that's funny. But you know what I don't think is funny? The prices on the graphics card actually making anything affordable to Nvidia, just to appease stockholders. They don't care about the gamers anymore. And to be fair, that's half the people they're even selling the cards to anyway. Not no AI startups, not even just Blackwell architecture AI or whatever the fuck anyway in general. Damn it, I had to reload, that's why I died. Now let's talk about AMD. AMD's cards are fine. If you buy one, go ahead. They're way cheaper than any of Nvidia's offerings anyway. Even the highest end one is only $600, 700, like new, compared to Nvidia's cards, which just are just stupid in the pricing. Like even their low end stuff is just not worth it. I mean, 8 gigs of VRAM in 2025 is just ridiculous. It legitimately is. I'm done. I'm not. I already have a GPU with 8 gigs of VRAM. Sure, it's not. It's only GDR5, so it's kind of dated. It's really dated, but GDR5 graphics VRAM, which is like really dated, but like it's still 8 gigs of VRAM, and I'm using that, and it is basically is kind of unusable. I mean, sure, my card was pretty future proofed back in 2020, but 8 gigs of VRAM just isn't enough anymore. A lot of games require way more than that. Even if their minimum requirements say 8 gigs of VRAM, like it's just the minimum. It's the motherfucking minimum. I don't know how Nvidia sells cards with 12 gigs too. Like, why not just go all the way out like 16? I get GDR7, it might be expensive, but I don't know. Like, a lot of Nvidia's stuff is just, stuff. The fact that their 24 gigabyte one is just, like, their 5090s are so expensive, like, whatever, man. I mean, yeah, this makes sense, but whatever. But yeah, Nvidia is just, I mean, AMD is legitimately way better of a deal at this point, if you're lucky enough to even find a card, because they always go out of stock, and the stock always fluctuates every single freaking time. It always does. And I mean, it's kind of the market's fault because there's so many PC gamers now, apparently, who want to be on a computer. Just fucking hilarious because I feel like even 10 years ago, even when the PS4 was out, I don't think anyone wanted to be on a PC, bruh. Like, sure, the PC community was there, but it wasn't nearly as big. And RGB is one of those things that I think was legitimately so freaking recent. I swear to you, PCs from like 2012 didn't really have RGB. Or maybe they might have. I wouldn't know. But I'm pretty sure it was just expensive as balls, and that's half the reason people wanted it. It's because colors look nice. And no cap, I'm kind of getting tired of RGB. Like, sure, it looks nice, but like, you aren't looking at your computer all the time. You're looking at the freaking screen that you play on. And sure, I'm not even gonna bash on RGB that much. I just think it's just a waste of electricity because you already spend so much like power on just the fucking parts themselves. Like, dude, you like generally that shit adds up. If you just add lights to the GPU and to the to the fans and stuff, like yeah, it looks cool, but you aren't looking at your build while you're playing the game, unless you want to see how fast the fans rev up or whatever. This is funny that RGB is one of those trends that I don't think will ever go away, but people fucking love for some reason. People fucking love RGB and think it's so cool. And I guess it is kind of cool because my keyboard has RGB, and I. But the thing is, it's a battery-powered keyboard. I don't really have to worry about it chugging power. I don't even have it plugged into my PC at all. And man, I don't even know anymore. Yeah, I'm so glad there's some PC manufacturer that actually will be making PC cases that look like old school ones, which is really freaking neat. I can't wait for that to happen. Genuinely, genuinely, that crap is gonna be so freaking cool. It's gonna be so freaking cool. It's gonna be so neat. I can't wait. Can't freaking wait, bro. I'm gonna have a classic case because I already don't even have RGB. I don't really even want it. RGB is more expensive anyway. A lot of it is like you could spend that money on just beefy components, beefy ass components. Have so much power. It'll make your eardrums, make your whole skin crawl. So the next gen CPUs are out too. The Zen 5 architecture with that awesome crap. AM5, the future of AMD. AMD has really been killing it with their CPU game, especially compared to Intel. Intel's been sucking just giant anything. I don't know. Intel hasn't been good since like 2008, bro. And let's be real. It's only because they made their like core quads and stuff. Because they had multiple cores before AMD did with their Athlons that sucked a lot back then. But AMD finally nailed it on the head with how good their stuff can be, with how amazing their CPUs are. In fact, they're so good that I think Intel is losing money compared to AMD. And I know they formed up that alliance or whatever, the x86 alliance, to continue the research on x86 because I love x86. I hope it never goes away. You know, it was the crap we've been having since like Windows 95, bro, on the Intel Pentium, bro. x86 shall continue. I don't think it shall die. People, with all the ARM shit like on Mac and stuff, I hope x86 continues. As inefficient as it is, it came super far from where it started. And I mean, has come super far from when it started. And, x86 will continue to have a future. And if y'all don't know, x86 also runs on your freaking consoles too. So if they get rid of it, y'all shit gonna be a glorified iPhone. So, I mean, not really, but I get the Macs are really good at. To be fair, like Windows and ARM never really got along at all. Like the OS doesn't really support it, and Snapdragon's kind of failed at making ARM work. It's funny, Snapdragon's on the Android phones, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, all this and more. Man, I'm no, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But AMD for the win. Sure, they have GDR6 memory instead of 7, but I mean GDR6 is still good in today's climate. So yeah, use the VRM up as you can because at least it's still better than freaking whatever Nvidia's offering, which is like nothing to you. No good deals for you, man. Like your 5060 card is just gonna be like a paperweight in the future. Genuinely, in my opinion. Finally, I freaking hate this gun. Oh yeah, finally the nanner. Finally getting good at this game. Finally locked in, I guess. Look at my eyes sticking around, it can be rolling out for the show. Golden gun is next. What in the world? I'm doing like crap, but I still get to have the golden gun. Ooh. Except I don't, because someone knocked me. I don't even. I don't get it. Gosh, I got it. I got it. Okay, now I gotta shoot someone straight point blank. I gotta get someone point blank like immediately. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't think I hit the cap, the kill cap. Man, I'm sorry, but I've been ranting so much because I haven't been able to get a graphics card, and because it's a crap ton of money, man. I would have had a 5090 PC, or at least 5080. I don't even want a 90 anymore. I just want the 80 at least, the 80 Ti. And I get that 50 series is not even that much more powerful than 40. I understand that. You know, maybe even in the future, if I do become really good at this live streaming thing, I could like come up with an AMD build too, in case some games are broken as balls with freaking Nvidia. You know, because that's the thing most critical. Like he couldn't even play Doom, the Doom game, without crashing a lot because it was probably Nvidia's drivers, being like annoying. Nvidia, like, as if their cards weren't expensive enough. You gotta deal with the burden that, the guys can't even make drivers that, like, are stable on release. Like, what? And you have, like, melting power connectors because, there's so much freaking wattage going through the cards. And it's just like, what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all should have figured this crap out, like, years ago. And yeah, they didn't. But it's because what? It looks nicer with only one wire poking out. Like it's legit the only reason why. I don't get it, man. But whatever. I do genuinely think the 5080 is the card I'm gonna get. I don't really care if it's $1,000. I do because that's a lot of money. It's like rent money. It's like bill money. For $1,000, you could literally you could buy a phone. You could buy a I can't believe I'm saying this, but you can buy like a lot of stuff with $1,000. You really can. Thing is, 58, 80 series is the only ones I want. I don't even want to touch 70 or 60. Oh yeah, I'm doing good. Oh yeah, I'm actually doing good this time. Or maybe the team just sucks. I wouldn't know. But yeah, that's my little rant on Nvidia and AMD. Kinda, not really. I love AMD. You already know I got the AMD RX 580, an old ass card, but a good one. And yeah, it's been keeping me since occupied for like 5 years. We've been through a lot of stuff together. Yeah, it's just like stars to do when you're making at me. GTA 6 is gonna be amazing. I think that's really it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Of course, PS5 Pro is basically the same as the regular PS5. It's just hilarious. Some games perform worse on it, which is even funnier. I don't know why they even bothered releasing it. They should have just waited for PS6 at this point. Like, it's funny, not even Microsoft made a Series X Pro, because, like, they knew that was kind of stupid. Unless they wanted to release the Xbox Series XX, which would be really funny. But even Microsoft is like hell with discs, since most people use Xbox anyway, just use Game Pass. Most people with Xboxes use Game Pass anyway. I've literally seen so many people use it. I mean, it's not even a good value anymore. And if you're someone who likes collecting physical games, like you wouldn't even need Game Pass because you already have all the games on disc, which is just kind of another reason why I think Game Pass is such a failure. All streaming services in general, you gotta have new subscribers to make money, and this is why like stuff like Disney Plus even isn't doing that well. So the same reason why like Netflix and stuff is because you gotta keep reaching for the next profits, you know. And it's hard to do that with a streaming service. It's hard to convince people to subscribe to one, let alone like 50 of them. I don't know, like 50 of them. And again, a lot of people are just switching to piracy or other methods like buying physical media off people. I think this isn't tell like DVDs might go up in price again. You know, because they were super low in price, you know. But now they're gonna be like, I don't think they'll be as expensive as vinyl records. I think that's going to be extreme, but especially for movies that were printed like probably less or less successfully, yeah, the price is going to go up way up. And I don't even, I'm not prepared, but I mean, discs themselves suck anyway. They rot inevitably. It doesn't even matter how good you take care of them. They, due to the weird chemical crap, due to the weird they go through, they naturally decay. Like, which is really odd. It's not magnetic storage, so there's no way like in hell it would go bad, right? I mean, I bought magnetic storage drives, and I don't know how long they're gonna last. They might last a good 10 years, hopefully. I hope to God. But you never know. Hard drives fail. A lot of hard drives themselves fail. SSDs fail pretty soon too. Like they don't last that long. Just it's kind of a shame, really, because all the people buying these sick setups are probably gonna have space that doesn't even work anymore, which is just kind of depressing. But yeah, the point is that you don't have to pirate shit. You just have to. You don't have to pirate shit. You just have to. You just have to back up your stuff because I know a lot of people who love retro consoles and only want to play on original hardware and stuff, but that's not always going to be possible. And I even be seeing people who say original hardware just like straight up like use like funny stuff like USB loader GX and all that types of stuff. Because let's be real, we disk drives break a lot. Well, not in my experience because my Wii was fine, but I know a couple of people who had Nintendo Wii's would always break. Like the disk drives would just break. Even then, like loading stuff out of discs takes quite a while. You know, on Wii it doesn't because the graphics weren't that good, but didn't have to load as much. But still had so much. And then discs themselves go bad a lot. Just kind of. I mean, you can take care of them as much as you'd like, and many people do. But at the end of the day, like everything's gonna go anyway, one day or another. At least when you archive something straight to your computer, you could just change the disk drive off once it's starting to die. You could save it more times and back up your crap. So, yeah, that really isn't an issue when you back up your games and stuff, and I still don't get why people don't want to do that. Come on, man. No, like in 2055. Bam. Anyway, no new movies came out because this year has been super dry for movies. I only know one that was funny because Moist Critical reviewed it. I forgot what it was called, but it had The Weeknd and Jenna Ortega in it, and it's funny because Jenna Ortega genuinely is such a good actor compared to The Weeknd. And the notorious scene is like where The Weeknd says "shut the fuck up" to Jenna Ortega. It's so freaking funny, right? It's hilarious because he's genuinely actually pretty bad at acting. He's like genuinely horrible. Like that's not an issue. I mean, I don't think I could act that much better than him, but I mean, the last movie I watched in theaters as well was the Mario movie, so I can't be talking. But yeah, I didn't bother watching the Minecraft movie. It just wasn't what I wanted from a Minecraft movie. When I was a little kid, I wanted a Minecraft movie that was animated like the Revenge music video, with really nice CGI and really nice visual effects and like with a really nice story to add onto it. Like you could have done anything. I don't. I would have ate it up. I ate up Minecraft story mode, but yeah, I didn't have all the expansions for it. So like, you already know. I would have loved me a Minecraft movie if it was CG, entirely CG, not the weird live action crap they ended up going with, which is just such a missed opportunity. The fact the same studio, well, it's not the same studio since they shut it down, but like the Lego Movie guys, like the guys that published Lego Movie, made this film. They could have genuinely made it so good, but no, they decided to fuck up. And 'cause I don't, I think a Minecraft movie still could have worked. And I get it. It's cool that they introduce mechanics to like parents who don't know anything about Minecraft and all this stuff. And they get a movie too. But at the same time, it's like, well, why not just make? If you're gonna add CG anyway to the budget, you might as well make the entire thing CGI. And they didn't do that. I wanted to see a Steve that was animated like the Revenge music video, and I know I keep saying that, especially the remastered music video that came out recently, like the remastered version of Revenge. I wanted a video that looked like, I wanted a movie that looked like that, bruh. I wanted a freaking movie that looked like that, and yet you didn't get, and yet Warner Bros. Didn't give it to us, man. Like, why? You literally have so much money, and you literally have nothing to lose either. But then instead, we got Jack Black as fucking Steve. It's fine, I guess, but it's weird because now you're gonna make a toy of a middle-aged freaking man. Like Jack Black is old now. He's not like he's still legendary, but he's old, dude. He's not. He's getting up there in age, and then the he got the belly too. So it's like it's so funny when I actually saw merch of this, and it's just like generally the Minecraft movie would have been amazing though. Maybe if it had a different direction. I understand they probably don't want to make a story for it, but I don't care how cliche it would have been. You could have made it like a Lego movie as well. It's nowhere near as like satirical if you didn't want to. Could have made Minecraft genuinely pretty, the Minecraft movie genuinely pretty good. And then they just called it a Minecraft movie, which made me question things even more. Like, the Minecraft movie would have been a better title, and it genuinely probably would have been a better film. But instead, we got whatever, man. Critics didn't like it, of course. I mean, I wouldn't either, but personally, I haven't really had fun with video game movies. I'd rather just play the properties. Genuinely, like, especially with Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I know they made 3 films of Sonic, but I don't know, man. I only watched the first one. And I didn't think it was that good. I like Jim Carrey as Robotnik, but just because it's Jim Carrey, he's funny. And, he's been funny since, like, Dumb and Dumber. But there comes a certain point where, like, no, as I said, I don't want a live action Sonic movie. I want an animated one with Sonic's world and his characters. Like, you can add the humans, sure, but make them animated too, like Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow the Hedgehog or any of the six gen games. You could have done it like that. Like you could have done what Sonic X did too. Like Sonic Adventure though. Genuinely, I don't know. I do know, but whoa, that's a pretty cool one. It's like a Doom. It's like a Doom reference, right? To infinity and beyond. Oh man. Anyway, my rant about the Minecraft movie is basically over. I also want to say that the dumb trend of throwing popcorn in the theater was just not necessary. I hated that. It just made Gen Z look worse, and I'm part of Gen Z, and it's just like, why? Why'd you do this? I don't get why you threw popcorn in the theater. It just gives everyone a bad rep, and now everyone's gonna say Gen Z is the worst. In reality, we kind of had everything fucked to begin with. Everything was fucked for us anyway, dude. Like, sure, from early ages, we learned how to save money. At least most of us. I know a lot of people spend my age still spend a shit ton of money, and they owe shit. And some of them even owe me money. Just kind of fucking hilarious. Like, why don't you? I don't know. Give them money back. Like, it's not even hard. You promised to do it. Yikes, man. I mean, it doesn't get that much worse than this, but yikes, I'm only getting pistols. I just don't know anymore. But generally, a Minecraft movie would have been better. And maybe if it was a good movie, there wouldn't be no popcorn throwing, bruh. Instead, we got Chicken Jockey, Lava Chicken, Flint and Steel, whatever the freak. I don't even know any more of the memes. I don't even want to hear them. Generally, it could have been such a good movie. Of course, they wasted the opportunity. I mean, since Minecraft owns the property anyway, I mean, people have been talking about Minecraft movies since like the beginning of time. I thought Sony was gonna make the Sonic movie, and then it got made by Paramount, and then whatever, man. Everything is just how it was. Everything, nothing really changed anyway, so who cares? Nothing ended up changing, nothing will ever change. Everything will stay the same. At least I hope it won't, but man. I need to do. I swear, I think at the beginning of most matches I do pretty good. And then people start to wake up. This gun sucks though. Like, really sucks. All the freaking revolvers are so bad. At least I got him. Finally. I just realized it's probably because there's like no one on red team. This thing's auto. Come at me, bro. They got the baller from that Crossroads game that came out like 18 years ago. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my name. You're going ham. How do you get me with a revolver? I don't get it. I got a shotgun so I can't shoot far. Oh shit. Ah, crap. I clicked my DPI slider so now my aim sensitivity is so bad. Anyway, I've been playing CS2 and I think it's worse than CSGO and yeah, it's pretty bad. Counter Strike can be fun, but only when like there's no cheaters and only when they're like when there's like nothing going when you're the only good person in the lobby. So everyone loves killing each other in Counter Strike. I mean, everyone loves killing each other in every game, but I mean, honestly, it reminds me of this game too, where it's like so many freaking stuff going on. It's like the game is basically a Counter Strike bootleg kind of. I mean, you can't run, can't sprint anywhere. So like, yeah, basically it's fucking Counter Strike. I feel like the aiming is better in this freaking Roblox game than Counter Strike though. Counter Strike freaking sucks, bro. I feel like it aims like weirdly, like you hit something at like a weird angle. That's how you had to hit it. No cap. I'm gonna hop off. Kind of talked about everything generally I wanted to talk about. And the few movies that came out that I was kind of interested in until they got bad reviews. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. See ya, guys. Goodbye.